I am your Globus Tour Director, and I am as passionate about discovering what makes this world remarkable as you are.
I am your Globus Tour Director, and I know the places I'll show you like a local would, because I am one.
I am your Globus Tour Director, and I'm here at your service to make sure this trip is unforgettable.
We are your Globus Tour Directors, and for more than 85 years, people like us have been your gateway to discovery. On 6 continents, in nearly 80 countries, honing over 150 tours to perfection.
Which means our way of showing you the world is simply like nothing else on earth.
As your personal guide, I consider it an honor to bring you the history, the culture, the beauty, and the law. And I consider it a pleasure to bring it all to life.
This is my home, and as your tour director, I am determined to introduce you to it in a way that will make you love it the way I do.
This is my life's work and my passion, and I consider it my privilege to work for a company who feels the same.
Travel with us, explore with me, and I promise to deliver you more. Not just the highlights, not just the monuments, but the true flavors of each place, up close and personal, so that every journey tells a story.
On behalf of Globus, I take you to the places and experiences that others can't. And I mix it with the wonder and magic that you can't stop talking about.
Together, we'll go behind the scenes.
Skip the lines.
Take the time to take it all in and enjoy every opportunity to simply enjoy.
Because that is what my job is all about. Taking away the hassles, adding in the delights, and ensuring that from start to finish, your vacation is carefree.
So what are you waiting for? Come with me.
Walk the cobblestones.
Taste the Chianti.
Feel the Mediterranean breeze.
Smell the freshest air.
Hold a piece of history in your hands.
And see the world the way I do.
The way we do at Globus.
Mom and Dad. For as long as I can remember, our family vacations weren't much of a vacation for you at all. Really, they were just vacations for me. You fulfilling my wishes. Doing what I wanted to do. And going where I wanted to go. Along the way, you made sacrifices, putting your own travel dreams on hold. You did anything and everything to take care of my wildest desires. So, isn't it about time to let someone take care of yours? Well, I can attest better than anyone. It absolutely is. It's time you followed your whims. Check things off your list. And let somebody else take the reins while you do it. It's time for you to see the world in fashion. The best of the best, and none of the hassles. Because we all know you've earned it. Today is the day that your time begins.
Hi, my name is Steve Ostin. I'm a guiding tour director for the Globus family of brands. I do a lot of our tour programs all the way from Yellowstone right on down to the Tetons, Bryce, Zion, and here to the beautiful Grand Canyon of Arizona. People often ask me, why is the Grand Canyon one of your favorite national parks? And really the answer is simple. You're looking at a gorge that's over a mile deep and 277 miles in length. The favorite part of my job here with the Globus family of brands is our interaction with people. Getting to bring a group here to a point like Mather Point and letting them look down into the depths of this awe-inspiring Grand Canyon is pretty amazing. There are times you get people almost moved to tears when they see the beauty and grandeur for the first time. I think it's really important to have a guide to talk about the history of the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, or the grandeur of the majestic Tetons, or the vastness of the Grand Canyon. Our tour directors at the Globus family of brands can really give the best touring experience to our clients through environmental interpretation, helping them to understand the geology, the history, the natural history, everything that's taken place here in an easy and understandable manner. Bringing a group of people here to the rim of the Grand Canyon can be a really awe-inspiring experience in itself. Watching their compassion and kindness towards one another is only part of it. I mean, sometimes friendships are built where guests will meet on one tour and 2 years later, you'll see the four of them back together again. I mean, that makes it really, really special. There are so many benefits to taking a group tour with the Globus family of brands when you come to a place like the Grand Canyon. For starters, you don't have to drive. We've got a professional driver that'll do it for you. Secondly, rooms. Trying to get rooms in a place like this that gets 3.5 million visitors per year, Globus has booked your rooms more than a year and a half in advance, and that means you don't have to worry about accommodations. And certainly, having a tour director is going to help you plan your time accordingly, showing you the best spots. One of the things that makes traveling with the Globus family of brands so cool is a program called Go Parks. We work in partnership with the National Parks Foundation, meaning that we and our travelers can give back to the national parks that we want to help preserve. If you travel with the Globus family of brands on any one of our national park tours, you're going to get a wow moment almost every single day, and it's different every time. One day you might get a grizzly bear defending its kill from a pack of wolves in Yellowstone, and maybe the next day a river otter that's harassing a family of beaver. Or you might just come here to a place like the Grand Canyon and enjoy the beauty and grandeur of this majestic gorge. If you travel with the Globus family of brands, every journey tells a story.
Good. One step back, please.
3, 2, 1, go!
Good job. Keep your hands on.
Yes, again. Thank you.
Go, go, go! 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Commence battle.
Oh, I've been shot! I've been shot again!
Too many.
It's unusual. I mean, it's the three of the world's largest cruise ships all coming together. We're calling it the Three Sisters. Of course, it's a logistical challenge. It requires a lot of planning way in advance to orchestrate this, but we've been planning it for over a year.
Wow, unbelievable. The Three Sisters coming together. Talk about history in the making, and talking about 10+ years of history. All of the effort by the entire Royal Caribbean International family was celebrated in that moment, having Oasis, Allure, and Harmony of the Seas literally side by side, dancing together in the ocean, in their home, right off of our home state of Florida was incredible.
Well, my name is Gus Anderson. I am the captain on board the Harmony of the Seas, and behind me here we have the Allure of the Seas, and on the other side of her we have the Oasis of the Seas. I mean, it's massive. We have 27,000 people available on these three ships. It's 750,000 of gross ton. It's unheard of, just one of these ships in the industry, and now we have three of them lined up like this. Okay, Allure, Harmony, we're going to continue to come up to 2-3 knots and pass you here. We have the heading now of 178, and we'll maintain this, so we have this distance. It's going to be just under 2 cables away from you.
Harmony of the Seas, Allure of the Seas. I understand, Captain Gus, you will pass us now. In 2 cables, 178 degrees.
Having all these things around us, with the helicopters, with the jet boarders, and with the people lining up next to us, and you know, we blow the horn and we salute, and you know, it makes me really proud to work for a company like Royal that is so much in the foreground of the development of innovations, and to celebrate, and to well, what can I say? I'm proud to be the captain of the Harmony of the Seas. I'm proud to be part of the Royal Caribbean family.
This was sensational. The flyboarders, I have not, I've seen 1 or 2 isolated here, but to have a whole ballet of there were 10 or 12 of those guys, absolutely unreal. And the fireboats, so it is really almost like a maiden voyage. It was that spectacular, and guests obviously were very excited about it. We made it out in daylight, which is very important because the first turn always gives us a few turns unexpected. But it was great. We got out on time, and you know, just seeing it against the sky was absolutely amazing.
Here we are on Harmony of the Seas with our first North American sail away. It makes me so proud, and it's so gratifying to be here, just really be here on behalf of the thousands of men and women that sail on our ships around the world, making this happen every day. But really today on Harmony of the Seas, this really was a special moment.
Chances are, at a point during every river discovery, you'll want to wind down, relax on board, and simply marvel at the views. And that's exactly why a journey along the Main River is the perfect addition to any Central European experience. Quaint, quiet, quintessential Germany. That's what a Main cruise delivers. The river takes its time, winding leisurely through some of Germany's most visually stunning regions. And along the way, it passes by everything that embodies Europe's charm. Medieval villages, fabled forests, and hilltop castles and churches. But while it may have more of a relaxed tone, the Main still offers plenty to keep you fascinated. Your cruise could include a trip through one of the world's most significant engineering marvels, the Main-Danube Canal. Stretching 106 miles, the canal makes it possible to cross Europe by river, from the North Sea to the Black Sea. You could also find yourself taking in Bamberg. Chosen in its entirety as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the city features serpentine streets lined with 18th century mansions, one of Germany's rare town centers left undamaged in World War II. Here, you'll want to sample some of the delicious beer specialties, such as Rock beer. Next, your journey could include a stop in Würzburg. The city is surrounded by sloping vineyards that craft the famous Franken wine and is home to the Grand Würzburg Residence Palace. From here, you can also enjoy an excursion to the walled town of Rothenburg, the pearl of the Romantic Road, and the best-preserved medieval town in Germany. You can take a step back in time as you walk the city center of the quaint little magical town of Miltenberg and its many half-timbered houses. Your peaceful Main journey will be a glimpse into the simpler times of centuries past. And aboard an Avalon ship, you'll make the most of it all. Winding through some of the most picturesque landscapes in Europe, the Rhine is known as the romantic river. Think hillsides dotted with castles and fortresses, cobblestoned medieval villages, cuckoo clocks, and the legendary Black Forest, the setting of the fairy tales from the Brothers Grimm. Here, you can treat yourself to a delectable piece of Black Forest cherry cake, while any romantic would be delighted by a Rhine cruise. Food and wine lovers, history fans, and nature enthusiasts will also find plenty to stay enthralled. Beginning in Switzerland, an Avalon journey could have you start by exploring bustling Zurich and enjoying an extension in quaint, historic Lucerne. Then, where 3 different countries and cultures merge, you'll step aboard your cruise ship and your Rhine River experience will begin. Along your voyage, you might stop in Strasbourg, France, the capital of the Alsace region, and home to its delectable wines such as Gewürztraminer and enchanting Christmas markets. The university city of Heidelberg, with its awe-inspiring panoramic views and its famous Heidelberg Castle, will be a treat for you and your camera. In Mainz, you'll take in the treasures of the Gutenberg Museum, where you can see the original Gutenberg Bible. In Rudesheim, you can relax with a coffee tasting or visit a museum celebrating the origins of recorded music. Next, your cruise could have you winding the breathtaking Rhine Gorge, boasting constant castles and vineyards. For a truly magical moment, imagine hearing the famous legend of Lorelei, where a mermaid is said to have lured fishermen with her intoxicating song, as your ship cruises past the rock. In the vibrant city of Cologne, you can take in the world-famous Cologne Cathedral, the 12 Romanesque churches, or the many scenic bridges before you sail into the Netherlands, home to vibrant fields, iconic windmills, and rich history. Your cruise will then take you to Amsterdam, where you can get a taste of true Dutch life as you stroll the canals admiring the art and architecture and take in the entire community filled with bike riders. Amsterdam's many museums house some of the most famous art in the world, including works from Van Gogh and Rembrandt. For nature lovers, a visit to the extraordinary Galapagos Islands is an absolute must. The remarkable flora and fauna waiting to be discovered are some of the most pristine and unaffected on Earth. Made famous as the inspiration for Charles Darwin's theory of evolution, The 13 volcanic rock islands offer a one-of-a-kind opportunity for travelers looking to get up close and personal to the unique vegetation and wildlife. Your Avalon Galapagos adventure will have you encountering all the most fascinating species as you cruise along the archipelago. Sea lions, marine iguanas, Galapagos penguins, the famous blue-footed booby, as well as the giant tortoises in the Darwin Research Center are just the start. All with a natural backdrop that's as pure and beautiful as it was when Darwin stepped ashore. And to help you make the most of your time, an expert naturalist will accompany you on your journey, offering an insightful perspective every step of the way. But with Avalon, your Galapagos cruise is only the start of what you'll have the opportunity to experience in South America. Depending on which itinerary you choose, you could find yourself touring the 16th century churches and monasteries in Quito, discovering Peru's Sacred Valley and Machu Picchu, the lost city of the Incas. You might meander through the famous, colorful local markets of Otavalo, and even enjoy a stay in the densely tropical Amazon jungle. And of course, with Avalon, you can enjoy the magic of your natural surroundings, from the 5-star comforts of your cruise ship, as well as in specially selected hotels for your in-depth land discoveries in Ecuador and Peru. A journey down the Seine features two of the primary reasons visitors are drawn to France: art and history. Historians will take a trip back in time as they sail, enjoying glimpses far back into antiquity, the Middle Ages, and even the most critical moments of World War II. Art lovers will be equally thrilled, seeing firsthand both the works and the inspiration of France's most celebrated artists. Every Avalon Seine cruise includes a visit to one of the world's most cultural cities, Paris, the City of Light. Here, you'll see Notre Dame before heading to the Eiffel Tower and then to the Louvre. You'll have time to stroll the streets and enjoy the wine and the cafes as you take in a taste of Paris life. All the must-see sights are yours to enjoy, from the Champs-Élysées and the Arc de Triomphe to the Tuileries Gardens and its famous opera house where the Phantom of the Opera originated. On your way north, you can visit Auvers-sur-Oise, the picturesque town that Vincent van Gogh called home, seeing the church that became famous through his painting. Enjoy Château de Montmaison, site of the love affair between Napoleon and Josephine, and even be inspired by Claude Monet's house and stunning gardens at Giverny. Continuing on, you'll discover Rouen, famous for being both the site where Joan of Arc was burned at the stake in 1431 and for the serial Monet paintings of the facade of the Rouen Cathedral. Dedicate one day of your journey to the historic landing beaches of Normandy. You can take in the orchards and flower fields along the countryside, or simply relax and enjoy a delectable local cheese. Sip a glass of cider, or end your day over a glass of locally produced Calvados. A Seine cruise is your opportunity to see classic France from a unique perspective. And if you'd like to get a more complete picture, why not continue on for a visit to the Burgundy wine country, the opportunity to take in the stunning Côte d'Azur, or a visit to breathtaking Mont Saint-Michel and Le Havre.
Following the crowd just isn't your style. You forge your own path, the road less traveled. And how does someone who sees the world your way choose to see the world? On an Avalon River cruise, with experiences that are adventurous, unexpected, unhindered, and incredible views, no matter where you turn. Visit your travel agent or AvalonWaterways.com to guarantee your stateroom your own way. You look a little deeper, see what others miss. So how does someone who sees the world your way choose to see the world? On an Avalon River cruise, where you'll find views as expansive as your own and experiences that are unexpected, unpretentious, and utterly unique, just like you. Visit your travel agent or AvalonWaterways.com to guarantee your stateroom now.
The sweet ships of Avalon, designed from the ground up with an attention to detail river cruising has never seen before. There's nothing quite like river cruising no matter who you cruise with, but there are some pretty big differences between companies, starting with how they look at staterooms. And our one-of-a-kind panorama suite is proof of our innovation, our imagination, and our desire to create a smarter use of space. To give you some perspective of how much better our staterooms are, we're comparing them to the average river cruise cabin. Here's the average window, roughly 7 feet wide, with an opening under 4 feet. Here's our window, nearly 11 feet wide, floor to ceiling, wall to wall. And when it opens, it really opens, wide enough to let the outside in, because the opening is a full 7 feet, almost twice the size of the others. It's the largest standard window in river cruising. Now, let's take a look at the bed of the average cabin. It faces the wall, not much to look at there. We had a much better idea. What if we angled the wall and turned the bed? That little change gives you the perfect perspective of the amazing views out your window. We then turned our attention to the balcony. Here's the average river cruise balcony. Seems like a nice idea, but as far as we can tell, there's not a lot of room for people to enjoy the views out there. And they had to take space from your stateroom to create that small deck space outside. So here's our better idea. Reclaim that space, push the window out, add a spacious dining and seating area for up to 6 adults, combine it with the largest sliding glass door in the business, and voila, you have an open-air balcony, the only one of its kind in river cruising, and you can enjoy it day and night, no matter the weather. Plus, you'll enjoy a lot more livable space, a full 200 square feet. We gave our room an attention to detail unmatched in the industry. We offer comfort collection beds, plenty of easily accessible storage, and we even added sound dampening insulation in our walls to make it less likely you'll hear your neighbors or they'll hear you. And we didn't stop with the room. We turned that same attention to detail to the bathroom. We took a look at the bathroom of the average ship and we knew we could do better. By angling the wall, we opened up more space in the bathroom. Then we took our newfound space and we made it luxurious. We have a large tile shower with glass doors, marble countertops, premium fixtures, L'Occitane bath amenities, and shelves to store all your necessities. And the best part is that there aren't just a couple of these staterooms on our ships, reserved for those who want to pay more. 80% of the staterooms on our suite ships are panorama suites. And once you leave your suite, you're likely to find fewer people on our suite ships. Because with our bigger staterooms, there is less capacity for passengers, which means more space everywhere you go. As you can see, more has gone into the amazing panorama suites, so you can get so much more out of them. We invite you to compare, and you'll see there's no comparison.
river cruising is different. The proximity to the destinations, the intimacy of the ships, and the inclusiveness of the amenities is appealing to land travelers and cruisers alike. Today, travelers like you are more interested than ever in seeking out this unique travel experience. And because of this, Avalon Waterways has taken river cruising to a level that defines the industry. From its inception, Avalon was inspired to change the way we travel. And that inspiration came from focusing on the most important aspect of the travel experience, you. And since Avalon is the only river cruise company personally involved from ship design to delivery, traveler inspiration makes its way into every aspect of the cruise experience. Every feature is inspired by you, the traveler. Every detail is thoughtfully designed to deliver a European river cruise that's nothing short of legendary. All you need to do is relax and enjoy yourself as we take you on an unforgettable journey across the world's most celebrated waterways. From you, we learned that space was important. That's why every Avalon room is 15 to 30% larger than the industry standard and includes floor-to-ceiling windows. And when inspiration strikes, you can slide open your windows to let the beauty of the outdoors in. You told us that you didn't want dining to be routine and predictable. So Avalon added flexibility and choice to every meal. From late riser breakfast to the open-air Skydeck Bistro and our exceptional room service, you'll dine any way you like with Avalon. You also asked the question, why do all river cruise ships look alike? Thanks to Avalon's inspired design, now they don't. And because we only sail the newest fleet on European rivers, you'll be surrounded in contemporary design, world-class elegance, and state-of-the-art technology only an Avalon ship can offer. You said that what you do on land is equally important to your experience on ship. And with Avalon's partnership with Globus, land excursions aren't an afterthought. You'll explore port cities with guided sightseeing, engaging storytelling and lectures, as well as VIP access to must-see destinations, allowing you to immerse yourself in unique cultures. And without question, you have told us time and time again, you want choices when it comes to where you travel. So Avalon developed more than 100 cruise vacations ranging from 3 nights to 3 weeks. From China to the Galapagos, and from Egypt to Europe, you'll find yourself on the world's most beautiful waterways. Waters that weave together the stories, histories, and cultures of the world. In Europe alone, choose from sailing along the Rhine, Rhone, Danube, Seine, or Moselle. Thanks to you, Avalon Waterways is proud to set the standard in river cruising. And with introductions like the recent Panorama Suite ship, featuring the industry's only open-air balconies and panoramic views. Our dedication to you continues well into the future. From ship to land, not a single detail has been overlooked. And it's all because we were inspired by you to provide the best travel experience possible.
Welcome to the Den Brahen shipyard, a very familiar shipyard of the Netherlands, where they have been developing and producing ships for as long now as 50 years. And today is a very special day indeed. We are presently visiting the traditional key lay-in ceremony for a leading new river cruise ship. Previous room sizes and passengers' comfort has been updated so that a higher quality of travel shall be met at all costs. Behind this idea are the successful companies like Avalon Waterways, River Advice, Sea Consult, and the Hamburgische Seehandlung. The construction begins with a cutting of rounded rectangular steel profiles using the plasma torch cutter, These steel profiles are welded together to individual sections as used, for example, in constructing the bow. In the next step, the final sections will be held by cranes that carry weights of up to 40 tons and are then put together. The blueprint and the construction through computer software brings new expectations. However, there still is a long way to go for the Den Brehen family and their team in accomplishing the task in building the 110-meter-long Avalon Affinity. It is astonishing as to how much steel is used in this process. Even more impressive is the routine and speed with which the development goes on here. The workers in the shipyard have only 9 months to complete their work. This is the drive of their motivation. In the ship's case, however, 2 separate engines, each with over 2,000 horsepower, drive the Avalon Affinity to its destinations. Six months have gone by, and a spectacle of extraordinary precision in the making, the Affinity leaves the construction yard. As this takes hours, a pontoon has to be brought to the hull level, not before the water level has reached the perfect height, so that the ship can be transported onto the swimming platform. This way, the ship is then transported to the dockyard, where the construction bridge element will be mounted.
Flusskreuzfahrten kombinieren eigentlich die Vorteile aus 2 Reiseformen. Zunächst der Kreuzfahrt an sich. Das heißt, man kann jeden Tag eine andere Landschaft besuchen, man hat jeden Tag eine andere Umgebung, man hat jeden Tag etwas Neues zu sehen, ohne dass man das Hotel wechseln muss, denn das Hotel reist ständig mit einem. Die Flusskreuzfahrtschiffe sind deswegen sehr ähnlich, weil die Dimensionen durch die natürlichen Gegebenheiten und durch Bauwerke an den Flüssen limitiert sind. Durch Brücken werden wir in der Höhe begrenzt. Insofern sind die Unterschiede in den äußeren Dimensionen in der Regel recht gering.
At the final assembly, the new floatable Affinity returns to the shipyard. Here the interior is constructed in centimeters to a precision giving each cabin the standard of a modern hotel. The last hurdle for every ship is the test drive. Under the inspection of the certification authority, the ship's body, material and units, along with the electrical system and engine, are checked for the maximum performance. With success, the team behind the Avalon Affinity has accomplished a great job.
Es bleibt jetzt nichts mehr, als Ihnen das Kommando dieses Schiffes zu übertragen, Ihnen eine gute Fahrt zu wünschen, glückliche Passagiere, immer eine Handbreit Wasser unterm Kiel und auf der anderen Seite auch kein Hochwasser. Viel Glück, viel Erfolg.
The Affinity can now look forward to its first guests. Already one day after her christening, the first passenger cruise begins. But what exactly is the special characteristic of river cruising? We have asked the responsible persons.
River Advice entwickelt Flusskreuzfahrtprojekte weltweit für Touroperator, für Banken, für Investoren und dann eigentlich das Wichtigste, was wir dann tun, wenn diese Projekte dann stehen, also Schiffe gebaut sind zum Beispiel, dann betreiben wir diese Schiffe.
Auf der einen Seite gibt es natürlich eine große Herausforderung, um die Schiffe immer qualitativ gut zu bemannen, weil es natürlich ein People's Business ist. Wir betreuen Gäste, das heißt, wir suchen auch immer Leute, die sich gut um die Gäste kümmern können. Und andererseits gibt es logistische Herausforderungen. Das Schiff ist zwar sehr vergleichbar mit dem Hotelbetrieb, aber es bewegt sich natürlich. Und Platz ist sehr beschränkt an Bord eines Flusskreuzfahrtschiffes. Das heißt, die Logistik muss einfach stimmen.
The typical itineraries in one of the Avalon Waterways programs varies in length from 7 nights to 21 nights. It's more interesting than Big Ship because they get to travel through a destination and meet people and the cultures. And it's different than a coach tour where you get on and off each night. With a river cruise, it's an all-inclusive experience, one price and everything's included, and it's a wonderful, enriching way to see a country. And they also enjoy the small ship ambiance, where in the course of a week they can meet everybody else that's on the ship at dinner, when they're on excursions, listening to a port talk, and that friendships develop, and that's a very special part of their holiday. The Avalon Affinity represents the newest technology, dining, entertainment, nice appointments, large hotel-style beds, flat-screen TVs, safes, modern bathrooms and facilities. So it's a very great experience, and it's a lovely ship with these wonderful appointments that only a new vessel can provide.
From the very beginning, it has been the goal of all parties involved to bring the river cruise into a new era of waterway travel. With its consistent and yet contemporary design, commodious, comfortable, bright rooms, and many special features. Passengers from around the world can now discover almost the whole of Europe in its wonderful ambience. Traveling from the North Sea to the Black Sea, the journey can be a very memorable one.
Zurzeit liegt unser Angebotsschwerpunkt auf Flusskreuzfahrtschiffen. Deren Märkte haben kaum Korrelationen zu den traditionellen Märkten der Frachtschiffe. Großer Flottenerneuerungsbedarf einerseits und hohe Popularität von bequemen Flussreisen durch das schöne und abwechslungsreiche Europa, gerade in Zeiten globaler Verunsicherung, führen zu einem sehr, sehr attraktiven Marktumfeld. Vor allem, wenn man die richtigen Partner im Boot hat.
It has been a pleasure in accompanying this superb vessel throughout its journey of creation. We wish the makers of the Avalon Affinity and all who sail in her many successful years of river cruises and fascination to her customers.
Winding through some of the most picturesque landscapes in Europe, the Rhine is known as the romantic river. Think hillsides dotted with castles and fortresses, cobblestoned medieval villages, cuckoo clocks, and the legendary Black Forest, the setting of the fairy tales from the Brothers Grimm. Here you can treat yourself to a delectable piece of Black Forest cherry cake. While any romantic would be delighted by a Rhine cruise, food and wine lovers, history fans, and nature enthusiasts will also find plenty to stay enthralled. Beginning in Switzerland, an Avalon journey could have you start by exploring bustling Zurich and enjoying an excursion to quaint, historic Lucerne. Then, where 3 different countries and cultures merge, you'll step aboard your cruise ship and your Rhine River experience will begin. Along your voyage, you might stop in Strasbourg, France, the capital of the Alsace region and home to its delectable wines and enchanting Christmas markets. The university city of Heidelberg, with its awe-inspiring panoramic views and its famous Heidelberg Castle, will be a treat for you and your camera. In Mainz, you'll take in the treasures of the Gutenberg Museum, where you can see the original Gutenberg Bible. In Rudolfsheim, you can relax with a coffee tasting, or visit a museum celebrating the origins of recorded music. Next, your cruise could have you winding the breathtaking Rhine Gorge, boasting constant castles and vineyards. For a truly magical moment, imagine hearing the famous legend of Lorelei, where a mermaid is said to have lured fishermen with her intoxicating song as your ship cruises past the rock. In the vibrant city of Cologne, you can take in the world-famous Cologne Cathedral, the 12 Romanesque churches, or the many scenic bridges before you sail into the Netherlands, home to vibrant fields, iconic windmills, and rich history. Your cruise will then take you to Amsterdam, where you can get a taste of true Dutch life as you stroll the canals admiring the art and architecture and take in the entire community filled with bike riders. Amsterdam's many museums house some of the most famous art in the world, including works from Van Gogh and Rembrandt.
Because the Colosseum isn't getting any younger. Because Paris ain't getting on a plane to come see you. Because we all know someday really just means never. We're for going now. As in right now. As in, from this moment forward, the dreaming stops and the doing begins. We're for getting out of the magazines, getting off of the internet, and just getting there. We're for letting your inner adventurer be the driver. We're for telling your rational side to zip it. We're for enjoying once-in-a-lifetime experiences when you still have a lot of life in you. We're for zero excuses and zero regrets. We're for walking on cobblestones, hiking a rainforest, riding an elephant, and having a pint in a genuine pub. We're for been there, done that. We're for where to next. And we're for making going now not only possible, but also easy. Because we're not a website that leads you down a rabbit hole. We're a travel company with real live humans who are as passionate about experiencing and discovering as you are. We are an entirely new way to see the world. We put all the planning, arranging, and coordinating into an all-in-one package. So all you do is go. We're Monograms. We're for travel. We're for travelers. And we're for not letting another minute pass by.
When you travel to a dream destination, you have a choice. A very important choice. You could choose to go at it on your own.
This way?
You want to try back that way?
Yeah. Should have taken the elevator.
Or you can choose to go with Monograms. Which means you will never be alone.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Carlo. Very nice to meet you.
Hi.
Hola. How do you do?
Nice to meet you.
Welcome to Rome, guys. Our car is right here.
How far to the hotel, Carlo?
Oh, it's gonna be 20 minutes, no more than
yeah?
that.
Amigo.
No,
We're gonna
taxi.
go taxi. Dio taxi. Give me my bag, sir.
No, sir. No, thank you. Thank you. We're gonna go to the front, please.
So we are about to drive by the Colosseum, and your hotel is just up here.
Because with monograms, you'll be given something that is truly invaluable.
Yes, we're at... stop!
Your own local host. And this changes everything.
I feel like we've come down this street like 5 times now.
What do you want to do? Should we just go back to the hotel?
I don't know.
Find it?
No.
In a place where everything is foreign, you'll be feeling like a local.
There's Carlo right there.
What does he say?
He says we need to order the tiramisu.
And while everyone else is getting frustrated, you'll be getting the VIP treatment.
If you travel with us, you skip the lines.
Trading waiting for reveling. And trading wondering for wonderment.
Babe, this isn't the line for the Coliseum. It's around the corner. It's on the other side.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. Come on. It's longer than this one.
In places where you don't even begin to know your way. With us, you will never feel lost.
So these are your tickets. You are in the first class car.
Right. Where's ours? Come on. Where's...
That's the monogram's difference. We're with you every step of the way. Which means fewer hassles.
There's no more trains today.
More amazing. It's no wonder why those who travel with monograms never travel any other way again. Book your all-in-one vacation package today.